Right, we're going to make some gluten-free cupcakes today. This recipe also works well as a Victoria sponge, but it's an all-in-one sort of recipe. So we're going to start off. I've got 175 grams of margarine that I've already weighed out there. And then I'm going to sift into that 175 grams of caster sugar. Now, because it's meant to be an all-in-one cake, we need to try and get as much air in as possible. So that's why, make sure you sift everything with a bit of height. That being said, I'm still going to beat my sugar and margarine a little bit first, just to loosen it up, because otherwise it tends to get quite messy. Right, so that's just loosen that up and starting it off. It's soft. I'm using margarine, and most margarines are actually dairy-free as well, so this could be a dairy-free cake. I have got some milk in reserve if the milk mixture is not a dropping consistency, but you can always replace that with a nut milk or just simply with some warm water. So to that mix I'm adding 3 eggs. 2, 3. Pop those in. And I've got my flour. I've got 175 grams sort of in total, but it's 160 grams of self-raising gluten-free flour. And then I've decided to make mine chocolate flavour, so I've added a tablespoon or 15 grams of good quality cocoa powder, which I'm going to sift in there now. And then I've got 1½ teaspoons of baking powder. There we are. Simple as that. We'll spin that around for a little while. Start it slowly first of all, otherwise you may get covered in flour and cocoa. And that's how quick it is. I'm just going to scrape it off the sides. And my eggs are size 7, so they're nice large eggs. I don't think we're going to need milk or anything with this. It looks like a nice dropping consistency. I'll just scrape it down one last time. I'll go while I get a spoon. There's our mix. It's nice. Could put a tiny bit of milk in there. We'll put a tiny drop in. 1 spoonful. Stir that in with my hand. Yeah, that's moving more easily. Yeah. See how it drops off the spoon beautifully now. And I've got my cupcake cases all lined up, and we're simply going to spoon the mix into each one of those. Want to take it, oh, that might be a bit full, about 2/3 to 3/4 full each one. So I'll just get on with that and then I'll show you when I've finished. So as you can see, my bowl is now empty of cake mix, and I've managed to get 15 little cakes out of that mix. So I'm going to pop those in the oven. I've got the oven on 160 fan bake, and we'll take a look at them in about 20 minutes. Right, so I took my chocolate cupcakes out of the oven. They took about 25 minutes, but my oven is a little bit unreliable at the moment, and I had overfilled them. So what I'm showing you can do, it's not a disaster obviously, because everyone's going to eat it, but when you take them out of the tin, if you just gently break off just any extra bits, because you're going to ice them and no one will see it. I mean, you can leave the extra bit on, but we want it to look all hunky-dory. So these are chocolate cakes, and I'm going to make butter icing. and I'm going to divide it between 2 bowls, and I think I'm going to make half raspberry and half chocolate butter icing. But I'll make it all vanilla first of all, and then we'll split it and we'll add the extra ingredients to that. It's 110 grams of margarine, and then I've got 2 cups of icing sugar, which we need to sift into the bowl, which generally takes a while because my very, very fine sieve. And then we're going to get that whipping until it's good and white, so it will take a while. So once we've got that started, I'll bring it back to you when we've made some progress. But I am going to put in a teaspoon of vanilla. If you wanted to make a different flavour, I mean, if you've made those into vanilla sponges, you can make a lemon icing, passion fruit. So there's so many options with the butter icing, but this will be the basic vanilla butter icing, and then we'll go from there. So I'll just get that whizzing, and I'll show you a little bit further on when it's nicely come together. Right, so I've been beating this for about 5 minutes, which is why it always wedges on. There we go. So you can see it's really fluffy. Well, hopefully you can see. Because I used Olivani, it doesn't go as white as butter would. But that's not a problem for us. We're just trying to avoid dairy in our house because we seem to have had an awful lot lately. I don't think it always agrees with us. So I am going to split this. I'm going to take about half out of my other bowl, because I want to have some chocolate and some vanilla icing. So I'll do the, not vanilla, raspberry. I'll do the raspberry first, and I've got freeze-dried raspberry powder. Now, you don't have to do any of this. This is vanilla butter icing, and you can use it right now. You could just separate it and put food colours in if you'd like to. It'll taste delicious either way, but I'm just doing something a bit different. So I've put a good heaped teaspoon of the raspberry powder in there. And then here's the bit that always flummoxes me. I can never get that on easily. I'm just going to spin that into my icing. It's got a beautiful pink colour, but I need to scrape it down off the side. So I'll get my scraper out. And have a naughty little taste of that as well. Plenty of raspberry flavour, and we've got a lovely pink, pale pink colour. I'll just get the last bits off the sides, hopefully, and then I'll show you. So there we have it. Don't need to beat that in too long because all the sugar crystals have gone. Just scrape it down with this scraper now. Gets a bit closer to the sides for me. So there's that icing, nice pink colour, just baby pink. And then with the other one, the other bowl I've got, I'll just put this raspberry powder away because I don't want to spill it, it's quite expensive. I'm going to put in a teaspoon of cocoa powder. If you're making the cakes for somebody who is celiac, you do need to ensure that your cocoa that you use or any other flavours you add is also gluten-free. I use Valona cocoa, so I know it is. So then we'll whisk that up. That has mixed in beautifully. Just scrape it all off and have a sneaky taste of that one. And that's milk chocolatey flavour. So that's beaten perfectly well in there. So I'll show you that, And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a two-tone bag. So I'm going to go and get my glamorous assistant to come and help me. I'll pull her away from her desk for a moment. So here she is again, the camera woman from behind the camera. Can I assure you she's washed her hands and everything whilst applying her lipstick. So I'm going to try and put half of, no, don't squeeze it, half of the icing in without shaking it too much.
You're doing a half and half.
Yeah. Somebody hasn't been paying attention. I'm just saying. Right. Doing a half and half, Alice, as much as possible. The first couple probably won't be half and half. Those reactions. You can rest it in a glass, big large glass, but no one would see Alice then, so what would be the point of that? Now stand still, don't move, I'm just washing my scraper. Don't squeeze the bag. She wants to squeeze the bag, I know. Now you're going to rotate it. And I'm going to put the chocolate in the other side. You can put this in another bag and then squeeze it in. Maybe we should do that. Alice is looking a bit uncertain.
It's wasteful. Oh, thank you.
Right, I'm going to fill this bag, and then of course we'll have to find a scissors, which all adds to the fun and games. And if this doesn't work out,
I was going to tell you.
the thing is, we will just blame Alice. Right,
Make space for it.
okay. Put the bag down as far as I can, and then I'll just squeeze it in. Oh, hope you're not picking up these noises, because it is a bit noisy. Just drop that bag down. And then we'll give it a really good shake.
Really good shake.
Go for Alice. Now remember I said I had my grotty cake, we'll use that as a tester. Don't go, don't come back. Now I know not everybody has got piping bags at home, so I just wanted to show you with the first bit of icing. You can just get your spoons, make a big dollop on there, and then hold your cake case up and just smush it around the top. We're going to be putting lollies and bits and pieces on them anyway, so I don't think anybody will mind. We'll give that one to Alison if she carries on being good. So to get the petal, we start in the centre and we just roll around slowly. Takes it all the way to the edge. And there we have it, chocolate and raspberry. If you want to get a tall cake, you start from the outside and move in. And you get the taller version, like that. But I like the petal, it's my icing of choice. So just do a few more. Squeeze my last bit of icing out. And then when you get to the end of your bag, that's the special one, just for your husband. Because there's not quite enough icing there. I didn't make too much because we're trying not to eat them. So this one, I'm just going to smush this one down so you can see they look equally pretty if you haven't got all that fancy on, because we've got chocolate sprinkles and you can make little bird nests, and then we've got the delicious mini eggs, the Cadbury mini eggs, which we love. A bit of colour variation there, and you can decorate them like that as well. So I think we'll just do one more with our one at the back for Mr. Eager. So we'll have chocolate sprinkles to make our nest. You can do this by just grating down a block of chocolate, and I'm going to have some pink eggs now. You've got all the other lollies available, I'm sure. We've got those ones, don't eat the dinosaurs, those ones are lovely on cakes as well. So but there we are, there are cakes, you'll be all set, ready to go.